like to just briefly introduce Signal Alliance to you. So Signal Alliance is a technology aggregator, and we've been existing for over 2 decades. We've been able to help solve technological challenges for different organizations, ranging from enterprise to SMBs and SMC. And our focus for this webinar today is our major topic for this webinar is unlocking new frontiers in customer engagement. And I'm sure that you'll be able to learn one or around this conversation. So with me today is 2 major speakers. We have Ademola Onifade and Zenshen. Ademola Onifade is the staff of Signal Alliance, and he has over 5 years of experience in dynamics. He has been able to help customers to unlock different challenges around their sales, marketing, and all of that, and using dynamics as a major platform to help solve the solution, solve this challenges. And with me again is Zenshen. Zenshen is a member. Zenshen has over 8 years of experience in Microsoft managing Dynamics partner, and he will be here again with us speaking around this major topic, unlocking new frontiers in customer engagement. I would like to say a big thank you again for coming, and I hope you'll be able to pick 1 or 2 things. For anyone that has any form of question, we have the icon that says you can see on your laptop or on your phone. We have the hands raised up, so you can just click on it, and I can go in and ask. And you can go ask any of your questions. So please feel free to drop down any message or any chat you have around this topic, and we'll be here to listen to you and help meet all of your needs. So again, I would say thank you so much for joining, and a big welcome. So the first thing we'll be doing this morning is I'll be introducing, I'll be bringing on board Ademola Onifade. Ademola Onifade, I would like you to come in, and let's begin. And I'm sure you guys would enjoy and learn a whole lot from this webinar. Thanks again, and I say good morning to everyone. All right, hi Ademola.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning Ademola. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So I guess we can start. Okay.
Adaptive selling solution that helps your sales team navigate the realities of modern selling. And at the center of this solution, we have an adaptive intelligence system that is pre-built and ready to go. It actively monitors groups of signals and distills them into actionable insight. So what does it mean when we say activate digital selling, and what does it focus on? Active digital selling focuses on the right customers. It engages the customers anywhere, wherever they are in the part of the world, and it takes swift action by using artificial intelligence. The other things that you stand to gain is that it empowers sellers to build relationships remotely. It also boosts sales productivity with seamless tools. It improves and sales performance. It increases sales profitability. So we are going to look at all this journey one after the other. So we have here on this slide the customer journey. It has changed. What the customer journey used to be before, where it is now, and what the future is going to be like for customer journey. We know that we have a trend before COVID, we have a trend during COVID, and we have a trend after COVID. So what does all this, what do they really mean? So the customer journey has changed. Buyers spend more time researching independently before they engage with sellers, putting most sellers at a disadvantage. Today's buying groups are more diverse, making the buying process more opaque and lengthy. At the same time, business to business buyers want a more business to customer like experience, a trend that is accelerated by millennials moving into the ranks of decision makers. In their daily life as consumers, they are accustomed to fast, convenient, seamless experiences, which carry over in the expectations as business to business buyers. And finally, business to business journey is facing a sudden shift to almost 100% digital selling in the face of COVID-19. The sudden disruption is expected to rapidly increase the digital buying trend that already started before COVID-19. So when you activate digital selling, it's almost as if you are retooling for new reality. And when you retool for all this new reality, what do you stand to gain? So it guides and collaborates. It helps you to guide and collaborate with customers remotely. You understand your customers and you strengthen relationships with them. It helps you to optimize processes to reduce costs and help your teams to adapt to rapidly changing environment. So we are going to go into all these things in details. The first one is guide and collaborate with customers remotely. What does it help you to do? So it helps you to stay agile with artificial intelligence, prioritize activities and sequences, and says that quickly adjust to reflect company's new guidelines to sell during this time. It also brings your virtual products to life with virtual 3D demos through 365 product visualize, and it also helps you to stay informed by collaborating via video conferencing with Microsoft Teams and use LinkedIn to stay informed about decision makers and stakeholders. So the second one is understanding your customers and strengthening relationship with them. What do you stand to gain? So you gain a comprehensive view of the customer to understand relationship threats. You can now predict near-term changes in demand and market and add keywords to detect competitive shifts in real time. So you automatically gather feedback and sentiments directly from customers through survey and web review. So the third one is optimize process to reduce cost. So when you optimize process to reduce cost, what do you start to grade? So it helps you to eliminate functional silos and reduce costs with unified sales and connected business process to manage. So it automatically route and escalates customer requests to maintain responsiveness through Microsoft Power Automate. And it helps you to control risk by managing fraud and protect your digital revenue with Microsoft Fraud Protection. So the fourth one is help your teams adapt to rapidly changing environments. So it helps you to deliver insight-driven coaching and decision-making to help focus manager attention with Microsoft Power BI. Identify candidates and onboard sales resources to handle surges in demand, and it reskills and upskills sales team with interactive online learning and training. So what all these things does for you is that what it now helps you to bring your customer data together. So we know that before now, customer data used to exist in silos, and it has proving to be a very big challenge for organizations. So some organizations have customers' information on 5, 6 or different systems, and when they need information about those customers, they can go to system A, system B, system C to get all these things. So all these things are activities and actions that we do that waste our time. So instead of concentrating more on selling, we expend our energy and our time in using all these resources and everything. So what Dynamics 365 helps organizations to do is now to bring their customer data together. So organizations face critical challenges in retooling for an increasingly digital buying journey. The root of the problem is the fragmented customer data. When crucial customer data reside in silos, in CRM systems, in social networks like LinkedIn, and productivity and email system, it's impossible to derive meaningful and actionable insights for understanding and engaging buyers. But for organizations that can unify the data and harness the data to gain insight, the result can be truly transformative. So we are going to be looking at all some examples of customers, how Dynamics 365 has helped them to like retool their businesses, to change their businesses, to remove their businesses, and to make them to grow. So the first example of the customer we are going to look at is HP. So HP's 1,200 global employees are equipped with relationship selling tools from Dynamics 365 and LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and the results have been very impressive. HP has since grown the contribution to its sales pipeline by a massive 6,500 in 4 months. So with its extensive vendor networks and large business-to-business customer base, HP knew there was a huge untapped opportunity to identify more stakeholders and decision makers and nurture relationships. So with Microsoft Relationship Sales, which combines Dynamics 365 sales with LinkedIn Sales Navigator, HP sellers can access LinkedIn's network of over 645 million professionals, unlocking new ways to digitally identify, connect to, and engage with customers. So they can also save suitable prospects defined. So the prospect LinkedIn profile updates and shares appear directly in Dynamics 365. This now provides context for the salesperson to reach out at the right moment through LinkedIn mail, which automatically logged in Dynamics 365 as an activity. After HP salesperson identify a prospect, they can also connect with them by using another key feature of LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which is the team link. This reveals other people at HP who have a first-degree connection with the prospect and can provide a warm introduction to the prospect, which is a highly effective way to start a new business relationship with Dynamics 365 and LinkedIn Sales Navigator. HP has made fast and impressive progress in relationship selling and achieved measurable business results. So another customer we are going to look at and their journey is the Northrop and Johnson's. So selling smart with Dynamics 365 has boosted sales by 70% for premier yacht brokerage Northrop and Johnson. The insights from Dynamics 365 help salespeople deliver more personalized engagement by revealing customer needs and expectations. For example, sales teams are more relevant and responsive in their digital communications because they know exactly when and how customers interact with their emails. For a company that is selling luxury products, they need to deliver an exceptional experience that is highly personalized with the right insights like email engagement insights. So the Northrop and Johnson exceed customer expectation. So we are going to go on another customer journey, which is the Lexmark. So how has Dynamics 365 helped Lexmark to grow? So Lexmark enhances virtual teamwork with modern collaboration tools like Microsoft Teams. Previously, it was difficult and time-consuming for sales team to collaborate with other functions like marketing, training, supply chain, and legal professionals. So today, collaboration across functions is efficient and seamless, even across functions, geographies, and complex matrix structures. So the ease of collaboration has made Lexmark sales team more productive into this fast-paced environment. So for Lexmark, so for everything from communications with their legal department and supply chain to co-creating marketing content and conducting and recording video calls, the team has been a great platform to boost their productivity and efficiency because they can now make virtual collaboration seamless. So another company we are looking at is Lufthansa Cargo. So in December 2019, Lufthansa Cargo rolled out Dynamics pricing with Dynamics 365 Although COVID-19 locked down the airline industry, it was an unexpected accelerator of the digital transformation of their CRM system. Passenger aircraft were grounded, but the freighter network was busy when Lufthansa released their new CRM for more than 1,000 sales and marketing teams across the globe. So, with most commercial and headquarter teams working from home, the RAM365 became another important factor in keeping cargo operations up and running to provide urgent medical supplies across the globe and to maintain critical industry supply chains. So we'll look at another customer journey, which is Microsoft itself. So Microsoft has flipped the traditional sales model over the past few years from inside sales teams supporting field sales team to those inside teams now outnumbering their field counterparts. So today, more than 2,500 digital sellers serve customers from 8 sales centers around the world. As more customers move to digital buying, the volume of leads generated has grown exponentially. So to keep up, Microsoft Digital Sales turned to Microsoft 365 Sales and Sales Insight to scale to increase demand, engage customers remotely, and increase seller productivity. So since deploying the 365 to its digital sales, Microsoft revenue has grown tremendously, and the sales have risen from single digits and it has moved to double digits. So most importantly, it is providing its customers with the best service that is available. So we are going to go on another customer journey as well, which is the Ecolab. As we all know that Ecolab, they are the global leader in water and hygiene. So the Dynamics 365 as a result has helped their sales cycle in complex and long, sometimes as long as 18 months. So Dynamics 365 has helped Ecolab to shorten the sales cycle from the 18 months they used to be by delivering a tangible, compelling vision. Sellers can do away with the static brochures and instead bring the equipment into the real life using mixed reality integrated with the sales solution. So with Dynamics 365, Ecolab builds trust and closes this faster with seamless solutions that uses mixed reality to showcase and customize products within the customer's environment. So we are going to now explain all these things shortly. So what do all these things mean? So we have some examples of other companies as well that have benefited. We have the Crane Worldwide Logistics. So the Crane Worldwide Logistics, the testimony for them is just by getting the team using the platform, they've seen an uplift in activity in all areas. So they've been able to record growth since implementing Microsoft Relationship Sales, and the last quarter for them was excellent. So another, this is another testimony from Crane. So we have another testimony from Ecolab as well, and we have another testimony from Infosystem. So Infosystem builds deeper solution connections at scale relationship selling. So in less than 2 years, the sales team has built a sales influence pipeline that is worth about $2 billion, and they have used the enhanced seller output to close many of the deals. So another example, another customer journey we are looking at is the 24-hour fitness. So how do 24-hour fitness, how have they used Dynamics 365? So with Microsoft Dynamics 365 and Adobe Experience Cloud, they've been able to meet customers wherever they are with activities that they are interested in to achieve their personal fitness. So we have another customer journey, which is the Park Place. So by using Microsoft and LinkedIn solution, the Park Place now, they can now supercharge and empower sales team and shorten the sales circle. So we are looking at how all these things now, how do they come into play? How does it work? By looking at the Microsoft relationship sales. So relationship selling with Microsoft and LinkedIn combines the power of Dynamics 365 and LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So we have three key capabilities of the solution. The first one is finding the right people. The second one is to stay connected to your customers. And the third one is to reduce cost of selling. So how do you find the right people? Every good prospect is unbelievably valuable. All it takes is one cold call or generic email to damage the relationship. Microsoft and LinkedIn help sellers find the right buyers. First, the integrated solution streamline selling by embedding LinkedIn profiles directly into Dynamics 365, so sellers get real-time contextual insights as they build relationships. In addition, the integrated solution enables sellers to identify to enable sellers to number one, identify people most likely to buy. So with over 690 million professionals on LinkedIn, sellers can easily find ready buyers with sales navigators, advanced search filters, and save the contact record from sales navigator directly to Dynamics 365. So once a contact is saved to Dynamics 365, sellers can manage and track the contact through best practices, leader sales workflows, including predictive scoring, and help sellers prioritize most likely to buy. So number two is find every member of the buying committee. So when sellers don't identify all members of the buying committee, they put they put the deal at risk. 20% of buyers change roles per year, which means that even if sellers find the right people at the beginning of sales cycle, several of those people could rotate out before the deal is signed, putting your deal at risk. Sales Navigator allows sellers to identify additional buyers of the buying committee with recommended decision makers, alerts on lead job changes, and data on who has been engaging with your outreach directly in Dynamics 365. Sellers can map out the buying committee and proactively build relationships with 6.8 members at scale. So the third one is discover the best path to reach each buyer. Buyers are already buyers are already inundated with cold calls and generic emails. Microsoft Relationship Sales helps sellers to get foot in the door and make a strong first impression. Existing relationships at your company can provide a warm introduction and knowledge to open doors and accelerate deals, as well as help sellers avoid pitfalls, all from a unified experience with Dynamics 365 that include embedded team lead insights. So the second one we are looking at is staying connected to your customers. It's not only finding the right customers, but how does Dynamics 365 help you to now stay connected with those customers? So we know that finding the right prospect is only half the battle. Staying connected to customers in the direction feed digital world is the other half. So Sales Navigator works behind the scenes to deliver ongoing relevant insights so sellers can better understand customers and their business. Sellers can learn what customers care about and key events or changes that affect the relationship and deal. But if sellers have to constantly switch between their everyday sales tool like Dynamics 365 and Sales Navigator to get relationship insight and manually stitch together information, both their effectiveness and productivity will suffer. So with Microsoft Relationship Sales, insights from Sales Navigator are embedded in Dynamics 365, so sellers can stay connected to customers from a single unified experience. So this also now helps you to take the next best action. So how does Dynamics 365 help you now to predict your next best action? So take the guesswork out of building strong relationship by receiving timely insights on the most important actions sellers need to take to move the relationship forward. For example, sellers in Dynamics 365 find out when customers move companies or when customers open presentations sent via smart links. Sellers can also send emails directly from Dynamics 365 to start meaningful conversations with customers through the trusted LinkedIn network. The integrated solution helps sellers engage throughout the customer journey in a meaningful way. So the last one we will be mentioning on staying connected to your customers is to keep track of customers and their needs. So sellers need to be present, active, and trusted advisors, and can't forget that sales is more than a one-time interaction. But judging multiple customers is challenging. The integrated solution helps sellers to proactively monitor and track customer sentiment, relationship health, a comprehensive score that includes engagement signals from Dynamics 365, Office 365, and Sales Navigator to reveal which customer need attention. So how do you engage customers with personalized content? So package digital content in one organized view for buyers and share throughout the buying journey with Sales Navigator smart links. Know what content customers are interested by tracking viewing behavior and identify other members of the buying committee when smart links are shared. So it's also what Dynamics 365 also helps you to do is helps you to reduce cost of selling. So how does this come into play? How does Dynamics 365 helps reducing the cost of selling? So using Dynamics 365 CRM with Sales Navigator results in top line growth, 34% increase in pipeline, 35% increase in deal size, and 5% in win rate. So the combined solution also reduces the cost of selling by increasing your seller's productivity and sales operating efficiency. So when we say streamline selling, what does it mean? So on its own, Dynamics 365 is a powerful customer engagement platform that provides artificial intelligence guided selling, while Sales Navigator is the leading relationship based selling solution for connecting to the right people. So when the solutions are integrated, data is brought together to create a comprehensive view of customer relationships. Combined with the built-in artificial intelligence from Dynamics 365, sales organizations get in the insights to not only engage better, but also optimize and automate sales processes for greater efficiency. The combined solution also provides embedded LinkedIn Sales Navigator profiles and insights in Dynamics 365, resulting in one unified experience that saves time and errors. You gain LinkedIn Sales Navigator insight about companies and people by viewing headline information, recent activities, news, and job changes directly in Dynamics 365. You also get a clear view of an account's organizational structure augmented with LinkedIn profiles. It personalizes engagement by surfacing warm introductions through their network or colleagues, or use icebreakers to identify commonalities with prospects. So it reduces busy work with one-click access to LinkedIn, email insights where you need them. So it also helps to keep customer data accurate. How does it do this? So we know that from LinkedIn data that 20% of decision makers change roles every year. So it's hard to keep your CRM data up to date. As the largest professional network in the world with over 690 million professionals and 30 million companies, LinkedIn helps keep contact information accurate and up to date. So Sales Navigator data validation is a set of capabilities that validates information in Dynamics 365 against the information that is in LinkedIn. For example, job changes detected from LinkedIn are flagged in Dynamics 365 as at-risk opportunities and in the live organization chat. So sellers have accurate real-time updates and can adjust engagement accordingly. So you also reduce costs by gaining full contents with unified timeline. So with CRM sync and activity write back, sellers with automatic data synchronization between Dynamics 365 and Sales Navigator. So sellers can seamlessly transition between Dynamics 365 and Sales Navigator through direct links on all matched lead and account records within Sales Navigator. They can identify and connect with the right buyers by filtering Sales Navigator searches based on whether or not contacts and leads are in Dynamics 365. And they also help to keep track of key activities such as emails, messages, notes, calls, and smart links sent by automatically saving them back to Dynamics 365. So where they drive accurate timelines, relationship health, and the next best action recommendations. So you save time and effort by auto-importing match contacts and accounts associated with open opportunities in Sales Navigator. So by bringing all these things together, so what you stand to gain is you stand to increase sales productivity by 15%. You accelerate time to close. So instead of spending more time working with systems in silos and everything, you concentrate on what you need to concentrate. So thereby closing more business along the way. And the bottom line is that combining Sales Navigator and Dynamics 365 for relationship-based selling helps sellers to close deals faster.
In stormy conditions, driving is fraught with dangers. Getting to your destination safely takes more than just diligent driving. Similarly, selling in today's unpredictable environment leaves your sellers exposed to the elements. Rapidly changing buyer preferences, sudden changes in business outlook, and fast-moving competitors. Introducing Microsoft Dynamics 365 Sales, an adaptive selling solution that helps your sales team navigate the realities of modern selling. At the center of the solution is an adaptive intelligence system, pre-built and ready to go, that actively monitors myriad signals and distills them into actionable insights that help your entire sales team be more customer-centric in day-to-day interaction. By orchestrating the customer journey across digital and human touchpoints, as well as strategic decision-making.
artificial intelligence and machine learning will transform a day in the life of a sales professional. As I look at where we are today, Microsoft Dynamics 365, it is really helping us to move into the qualitative side of business, helping us to understand the dynamics and the depth of a relationship.
The insights are part of everyday workflows, enhancing buying experiences across self-service, remote, and in-person sales, freeing up sellers to forge relationships with new customers and stay connected to existing customers.
Working with Microsoft gives us the data and digital tools to have better relationships with our customers, allowing all our teams to work faster and smarter together, and more importantly, gives us the ability to have an even bigger impact on what matters most, protecting people and vital resources.
With intelligence at the core, organizations can activate digital selling, strengthen relationships, and automate tasks and processes across industries, from financial and professional services to manufacturing, to show tangible results, namely shorter sales cycles, increased revenue and productivity, and reduced costs.
If you boil energy down to its simplest form, we're selling electrons. Ours aren't different from anyone else's. It's more about how do we engage with customers, how do we make our services and our relationship with the customer more than the commodity. That's the heart of our business.
An adaptive selling solution is indispensable during times of disruptive change, enabling your sales teams to collaborate with customers to chart a new path forward.
So I will now welcome questions from all the participants so we can supply answers to them. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening.
Okay, thank you so much, Ademola. So we are in the question and answer section. I don't know if anybody has any question. You can type in your question in the chat box, or you just simply use the raise hand button, and then we can pick up your question from there. Thank you. So do we have any question from the presentation? Hello, let me just give us another 1 minute before we proceed. Do we have any questions? Okay. Mr. Demola, before we proceed, can you please just do like a brief recap of the presentation? So maybe we need like a bit of summary.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Can we hear me?
Okay. Yes, we can hear you.
So summarizing the solution as a whole, so we are talking about Dynamics 365. We know that Dynamics 365 is like an enterprise solution from Microsoft. So it's the combination of the CRM and the ERP solution. So on the CRM part, we have the customer engagement, which has the marketing, the sales, and the customer service. Then on the ERP part, we have our supply chain management, we have the finance and operations, we have the talent, we have the retails, and so on. So all these two solutions are brought together to have a unified solution. So please slow me down when I tend to talk too fast. I'm very sorry, please. So all these solutions are brought together so that we can have a unified solution from Microsoft. So on top of this solution, at the bottom, we now have built-in intelligence on them, like the Power App, the Power Automate, the Power Virtual Agent, the Power BI. All these things are connected to this solution with our M365 and things like that. So they connected it to the solution to make it better and to make it unique. Then we also have connection like the customer insight, which works with the customer service and things like that. We have connections like the sales navigator also, which helps as well. So Microsoft noticed that we normally tend to waste more than necessary time on selling. So when you identify a customer, the time for you to get the customer from your lead to closure and everything, so it takes a lot of time. And at times we tend to have difficulties in identifying the right customer out there. We have difficulties in identifying the right buyer and things like that. So Microsoft had to come with like an integrated solution, and that helps us to like drive this one along. So when you integrate your Dynamics 365 with your LinkedIn Navigator, like for example, so we all know that our LinkedIn is a trusted site. Whenever you are looking for any employer or any employee or any companies and things like that, so when you go to LinkedIn, you see them on the go. So LinkedIn gives more of like a credibility for any individual for any organization. So when you connect with all these customers on LinkedIn and things like that, so what do you stand to gain? So all these solutions have been built together to give you like a seamless experience. You tend to search faster, you tend to close it faster, you tend to identify the right buyers faster on LinkedIn and things like that. So all these solutions come together to play, helping us sell better and close deal faster. And Microsoft has also helped us to bring all data now that we have in different systems, in different silos. Microsoft has helped us to bring them together by using our Dynamics 365, our Office 365, our LinkedIn, we have our Teams and everything. So all these things, they are coexisting inside Dynamics 365 by just doing one plugin or the other. When you plug this one to this one, so it brings everything together. So you have a unified experience of all your customers. You know where your customer is, what the customer journey is for each particular customer you have in your organization. And you know, when you know your customer, you relate with your customer better, you tend to sell more to that customer. The customer also refers you to another person that will come and do business with you. So when you have all these things working together, is like a form of profitability for an organization and things like that. So everything, the summary of everything we have been saying so far is how integrated selling, how it helps you to sell faster, to close it faster, and to get you from where you have been doing business before. We know that it is not the regular norm of doing business again. COVID-19 also came into play in 2020. So a lot of us had to start doing business right from our homes. So many people, they've not resumed back to the office. So if all these tools are not available, it becomes very difficult and very hard for you to do business. Like we have Teams now from Microsoft, which helps you to like do your business in real time. So you can connect with Teams meeting, you can share videos and things like that. So we shared an example of Lufthansa Cargo. So when all the airlines were grounded and everything, how were they able to move supplies from one country to another, from one place to another? So it's just with the help of Dynamics 365. So when a company like an airline company now activate the supply chain management in Dynamics 365 and everything, so they tend to do business. So the business is not stopping when you activate Dynamics 365. Business is not stopping for you when you activate digital selling with Dynamics 365. So it's a solution that helps you to be on the go and move on as well. So Dynamics 365 has come into play, and Dynamics 365 is helping organizations to scale. And when I mean by scaling, what does it mean? It helps you to predict, this is your level now, where should you be in the nearest future. So we have some solutions that have been embedded in this, like your Power BI also helps you to run a form of predictive analysis. So in the year 2018, we were here. In the year 2019, even though COVID, because we put this one in place, then where should we now be in 2020, in 2022, in 2021, and things like that. So Power BI can help you to run some predictive analysis and so on. So it helps you to now like do business together. So you have an insight as to what is happening across board. You have an insight as to what is happening all around the world. So the bottom line of this one is that it helps you to accelerate the time to close your business. It helps you to form a connection with your customers, and it helps you to serve your customer better. So Zishan, are you there? Hello, Zishan.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Please, do you have anything to add?
No, I think you have said it all. So just to chip in, because we have seen a lot of customers, they are already using and they are already using any ecosystem of any third party. So now Microsoft also understands It's not about platform anymore. Now you can start with actually what you need. If you already have a customer service module up and running in your organization and giving an amazing experience to your customer, sales side. It was new pandemic situation, sales is evolving, and managing relationship with the customers are so critical. So we'll also cover this in our upcoming slide, that how today we are managing within organization as an IT organization, and our customers are managing the relationship, deeper relationship, which requires more attention as compared to the past. So I think we should go ahead to the next presentation, and then afterwards we can also take more questions if anyone has any. So David, will you be sharing the screen? Zishan Pirzada. I'm a business application lead at Microsoft. And today I would like to present Microsoft Dynamics 365 solutions for organizations who are really looking for improving customer service, managing their customers, viewing their customer, and understanding their customer well. So I would welcome you to the session. Thank you very much for joining the session. It is really great pleasure to be here, and please feel free to ask if you have any question, just drop on the chat box. We also have a session for question and answer at the end of every session. We have spared a couple of minutes for everyone to ask more questions. So I would start my presentation. It's very common in recent uncertainty, first line workers, customers, and citizens reach out for guidance, reassurance, and clarity. The speed at which companies are being asked to respond may expose a lack of structure for onboarding large number of new support staff. Companies can effectively respond to this challenge by leveraging built-in intelligence, mixed reality. So to ensure teams are properly resourced to provide real-time support. Collectively, these technologies empower your service team to act as a trusted front line for your company to provide meaningful insight and experience to customer from anywhere at any time. To enable always on service is to empower teams with the right tools and insight into a 360 view of the customer profile with sentiment analysis and omni-channel engagement to provide a personalized response across any channel. So the service and support industry is undergoing a massive transformation. Employees are working from remote or distributed locations at increasing rates, reducing the amount of in-person engagement. Customers are demanding self-service options that empower them to resolve issues or questions on their own without needing the help from a human agent or technician. Contact center volumes are spiking more than ever as uncertainties caused by the pandemic have opened up concern about the health and safety. And generally, customer expectations continue to rise across all the channels and manners of the engagement. So these transformations pose new challenges for service industry and service leaders, namely the ability to constantly adopt and scale resources to meet customer demand while managing a distributed workforce threatens to put a strain on employees and risk decrease customer satisfaction. Maintaining a consistent view of the various interactions a customer will have across multiple support channels, especially if multiple disparate systems are at play and data is unable to be aggregated in a centralized location. So maintaining SLAs and ensuring every customer is heard and responded to is challenging if you don't have a resource management system in place. Ensuring the health and safety of your employees and customer, that is in reducing in-person contact is an added point of concern. So, organizations face critical challenges in retooling for an increasingly digital customer support experience. The roots of the problem is the siloed, discontinued data generated by the service a customer received at every step in their journey to resolve the issue, with all the touch points that customers have with an organization. Data is everywhere in service applications like Dynamics 365, in AI solutions like chatbot, in mixed reality tools like remote assist. When data is trapped, organizations can't see a complete view of the customer and relationships. They can't make decisions based on all available information, and they can't deliver consistent support experience across digital and physical channels. For organizations to be successful, they need to unify customer data to gain a holistic view of each customer. At the center of our solution is the digital feedback loop, an adaptive intelligence system pre-built and ready to go that actively monitor myriad data signals and distills them into actionable insight to help service and support team to be more customer centric in every interaction, no matter the challenge. So Dynamics 365 enable organizations to provide always on service. Always on service is scalable. It can extend to flawlessly support increase or decrease in customer volume. Always on service is integrated as well. It provides all service and support employees with a 360-degree view of the customer so that the customer in turn receive one consistent experience regardless of how many agents or technicians they need to work with. Always on service is optimized. It allows for visibility into opportunities to optimize resource and supports IoT integration for proactive service. It is also an efficient way to interact with your customer. It ensures your employees to have access to the modern intelligent tools they need to minimize the amount of time required to click through different applications or search for knowledge. So I must say, enabling always on service leads to improved business outcomes, such as realizing a maximized investment in solutions that scale to meet business needs, increased customer retention rate, increased first-time fixed rates, and decreased employee turnover. So, Dynamics 365 supports task automation that reduces the amount of time agent must click between disparate applications and windows in order to complete a routine task, leaving more time for agents to engage with customer efficiently. Integrated artificial intelligence combs through incoming case data in real time to cluster case topics, recommend which topics could be automated through a virtual agent, and highlight areas that are negatively or positively impacting customer sentiment. With IoT integration, organizations can remotely monitor the health of IoT connected devices to better enable predictive maintenance and proactive services. So we have a very genuine case study of Australian Red Cross. This is simply an incredible for us, an organization to have a system in place that allows us to scale up our service and react to demand so quickly. So it is all about how you react, how you are responding to your customers today. So provide proactive maintenance by simply remotely monitoring assets with IoT, simply maintain continuity and automate contract renewals. So it depends on your business, but it also depends how you are driving your business, how you are empowering your agent. And this is how, when you empower your agent with the right tool, they actually able to interact and build more personalized relationship with the customer. We also have a case study of Navco. They are proactively managing their relationships with them. They are now responding their customers fast. They're responding the customers' query even this pandemic situation.
they are one of the happiest customer we have. I'll quickly go through the empower employees with the right tool at the right time. So if you implement a digital assistant to engage with employee 24/7 to support internal employees' questions and issues, such as when engaging with finance or HR department, or to help employees make faster decision on the next best action to resolve case faster. Similarly, we have real-time